Have you ever stood at the edge of a dream, feeling like something held you back? Maybe it was fear, maybe doubt, or maybe it was the weight of believing that you weren't enough. I know that feeling intimately. But let me tell you this, the moment you realize that your worth isn't defined by the world around you, but by the light within you, everything changes. Let me ask you something. What is love to you? Is it a word we hear in movies or songs? Is it a fleeting feeling that fades with time? Or could it be something deeper, something unshakable, something that moves mountains and builds bridges across the most impossible gaps? Because if there's one thing I've learned in my journey, it's this. Love, real love, has no limits. None. Not a single one. And the freedom to love like that, it begins when you stop looking outward and start looking within. You see, life isn't about the circumstances we're born into or the obstacles that stand in our way. It's about what we do with them. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of self-doubt, they're not walls to confine us. They're the fires that refine us. And love is the purest reflection of that transformation. But before we go further, let me take you back. Picture this. A room filled with people, every one of them carrying a different story. Some are wearing their struggles on their sleeves, while others hide them behind forced smiles. In that room, there's one common question whispered in every heart. Am I enough? Am I worthy of being loved? That's where it begins. That's where the shift happens. Does the tension ever get any better? 1989, Matilda, apple of my eye. After 7 failed deductions, the show cuts to the heartbreaking tension being pushed aside. Because when you discover that the answer is a resounding yes, the chains of fear, judgment, and self-doubt begin to fall away. You might think, but Nick, how can you say that? How can you possibly know what it's like to face rejection, loneliness, or even hatred? Let me be honest with you. I've been there. I've felt the sting of rejection, the ache of loneliness, and the weight of believing that I'd never measure up. And yet, here I am standing before you. Not because I've figured it all out, but because I've learned this simple truth. Love isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about showing up, scars and all, and saying, I'm here and I'm willing